Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Cami. It's been some time since the last time I recorded. I spent some time making cardigans. Throughout March I made two very big cardigans, which you probably saw in the previous video, but I will be recording the outro to that video after this vlog. That's the timeline, and as of now I really want to make some tops, but I want to make the tops differently from how I usually would. I very often just follow a video tutorial or a pattern from someone else that uses a weight 4 yarn. For example, the Lily top from Passionate Kelsey. But that pattern calls for yarn in the weight 4 or Aran weight, which I do have, but I have a whole bunch of weight 2 yarn like this one over here. It's Yarnart Jeans Splash and the color is called 954. I made a bucket hat using this yarn before and I really just want to get rid of the rest and I want to make a top. I don't really have any patterns for weight 2 yarn as far as bralettes or tops go that would use about 3 skeins, so I thought I would just experiment a little bit and follow the Lily top tutorial slash pattern, but size it down, like size everything down so that it works with weight 2 yarn. I don't exactly know how to do the maths, but I'll figure it out. The recommended hook size for this yarn is 3.5 millimeters. I think I'm going to use a 4 millimeter because I don't want it to be stiff. But enough yapping, time to get crocheting. I am looking at the pattern and there is a gauge, but I don't like to bother with gauges. I'm a little lazy for that, so what I'm going to do instead, it might be a little weird or backwards, but I'm just going to like start with the initial chain, do it double-stranded, which would give me about a weight 4 yarn, and then measure it and try to get the same length with a weight 2. I don't know, might work. A 4 millimeter. Here's my chain, double-stranded, and I'm gonna measure it. And we are looking at about 8 centimeters and a half, less than 3.5 inches. Let's see if I can get there. Alright, it looks like I need to chain like 2 more times, and it should be just as long. Alright. So from now on, I'll just continue with the pattern as normal and see how big the cap is by the last row. And I assume if I added 2 to the length, I'll have to add 2 or even 4 more rows to the sides. I don't know, we'll see. Wow, this angle really highlights my eye bags, huh? We got the first row done, and because for some reason I just cannot learn how to count my stitches, or rows rather, I am just going to make a little mark on a sticky note every time I finish a row so I can keep track of how many rows I have to do. There we go. I finished 10 rows and it's looking very tiny. Oh boy, this is gonna take some time. So I'm making a size medium, and according to the size chart from the pattern, which is very good by the way, you should totally check it out, my cups should be 7.5 inches wide, including a row of double crochets that will go all around. So I already added 2 extra rows to this. I think I'll add another 2, maybe 3, and hopefully the size will be similar to what I am going for. I think I figured it out. I ended up doing 17 rows of single crochets total, so that's not counting the mesh on the top. We got 7.5 inches, which is exactly what the pattern wants you to have for a size medium. My small concern is it looks a little square-ish, and I remember when I used to make these tops in the past, I remember the cups to be more elongated, but maybe it's just my memory being off. I'll just make another one of these, an exact same one, and I hope it will be alright. I started making the first cut wherever this yarn was like almost brown, so I am going to cut a little bit just to start at about the same spot, so I'll just cut somewhere here. And that way hopefully the striping pattern will be very similar on both caps. Caps are done, looking good, and they're only like 10 grams of yarn each, so that's very good. I for sure have enough. Maybe I have enough to make 2. We'll see. But for now, I'll just keep working on it. I am going to cut this yarn and make the body band or whatever it's called. Actually, no, never mind. I'm dumb. Somehow they're not equal. Like I made one of them bigger, so a little bit of frogging and it should be fine. Hopefully. I hopefully don't mess it up again. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure how that happened because I was noting how many rows I'm doing. Oh well. I'm mostly annoyed because that means I have to join more yarn, and you can either do it with a knot or you can just have a floating end that you have to weave in later, and that's just like extra ends to weave in, you know what I'm saying? But I hate knots in clothing when it comes to crochet, so I'm just going to suffer through weaving in extra ends. I'm saying it like it's like the end of the world, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I took a little bit of a break and I went for a walk and I got some yarn in mail. So I'm going to show you some yarn in a bit. Here is my progress on the lily top. It's upside down now, obviously. I have my yarn connected over here. I started working on the strap that connects the 2 cups together. So I'll just continue working on that today. I guess it's time for a small yarn haul. First, I'm going to show you what I got from a website called Vendora, which is a thrift shop kind of store here in Greece. So the package came just kind of wrapped in a plastic bag. That's just kind of the vibes of buying from Vendora. And that's what was inside. I got some yarn art jeans in various colors from someone who just wanted to get rid of them. And this yarn usually costs like €2 per piece. I managed to get 9 skeins for €7 plus €2 for delivery, which is obviously a very, very good deal. I'm going to show you very quickly which colors we got. This one here doesn't have a label, but it's a very pretty light turquoise color. This one is number 35, very nice mustard yellow. I was gonna say green for some reason, but yeah, mustard yellow. The next one is this white, which is color number 1. I use a ton of this color. White just goes with everything, so that's very nice. Next up is number 76, which is a little bit lighter than the first one. Then there is number 53, very nice rich black color. Number 46 and 49. 49 is a little bit cooler than this one. This gray is a lot warmer, if it makes sense. And there are actually 3 skeins of the number 49. No, I'm lying, actually there are 4. So I got some extras. So it looks like this color that I showed you at the very beginning is an extra because I got 10 skeins total and the listing does not include this one. So thank you very much, I got a gift. The next bag of yarn I want to show you is this one over here, and as you can see, it's full. This is the shop that I got the yarn from. It's, well, it's my local yarn shop, you can say that. And whenever I was shopping for some yarn to finish my cardigans, which one of them you can see over here, I noticed that they had a clearance sale. Every one of these bags was just €6 flat for all of it, so I just grabbed whatever was cotton, or at least half cotton. I never used this yarn before. It's Lanacam Roomba acrylic and cotton. It has a very interesting texture. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it, but a cotton acrylic blend is very versatile, so I'm sure I'm going to find a use for it. Next up we have this yarn. It's a combination of navy blue and white. It's from a Greek brand called Frizeta. It's 50% cotton and 50% acrylic, so same story with the previous one, and I think it's very pretty. And the last one, and I think the most interesting one from the bunch, I got myself some cotton chenille. I've never had this kind of yarn before, so that's very interesting. The brand is called Elite Options Cotton Chenille, a Wendy product, and it's just 100% cotton chenille. And I thought it would make a very cute bucket hat. I really like fluffy hats, especially bucket hats, but it's very fine. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it again, but if you have any suggestions for any of the yarns that I just showed you or anything else really, just make sure to let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'll just get back to crocheting. And the top is done. I made this strap a little bit longer than what it's supposed to be according to the pattern, and I still have quite a bit of yarn left. That's about a skein or a donut and a half, so I can make one more medium, but I thought I would make a small one just to change it up a bit. So that's the next thing on my agenda, is to make the exact same top in the size small. The top in the size medium is finished, and it's the next day, by the way, and I am taking pictures so I can list it on my Etsy shop later, and I just thought I will show you how I do it. I'm watching a Kelsey stream right now, by the way. So I have this big lamp that is just kind of over my monitor, and I pointed right at my object that I'm going to take a picture of, and I place it on white paper just so I can remove the background very easily from the picture later. And that's how I get my flat lace. I'm going to take a picture when the top is laying flat like so, and then I'm going to lace it up and take similar pictures again. So here we are. Also, in this one, I made this part a little bit thicker than the previous one. Not thicker really, but longer this way. And because of it, I added this one more row of the double crochet mesh stitch, so there's one more hole for the strap to go through. That way it just looks a little bit more flat on the back, as you could see on the mannequin. In the case of the medium top that I made, it just kind of bunched up in the middle, and I really didn't like that. I would rather it be more flat against the body, more snug, but I also want there to be a little bit more coverage. I don't want it to look like a bra. I want it to be more of like a crop top style. So that's what I did, and because of these changes, the size small took about the same amount of yarn as size medium. I will keep experimenting with my smaller yarn when it comes to making the lily top, but as of now, I thought we could make a mesh market bag. And to make the market bag, I'm going to be using this yarn over here. It's Jeans Soft Colors from Yarn Art. The color name is 6004. It's giving pan flag. It's pastel-y, slushy. I actually called this color on my Etsy shop pastel slushy, I'm pretty sure. So that's what I'm going to be using. What is this hair doing here? Anyway, and I thought it would make a very interesting looking market bag. By the way, all the patterns are going to be in the description of this video, so go ahead and check them out.
Alright, we sold this guy. This guy is going to California. Would you make a top with juice? Thanks for the order, thanks for being here, and thanks for being a mess.
I got to the second row of the mesh, and there's a factory knot. Do you see the vision? Do you like it? Honestly, I'm not sure if I like this yarn. I said it before when I made a bucket hat using this color. I don't know, it's just not my thing, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. And the bag is finished. It took me the entire day today to finish the small lily top as well as this bag. So, I don't know, not the best day. I think I didn't crochet that much. I was getting distracted. But I'm glad it's done. What do you think? It turned out better than I expected it to be honest. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Today's the 30th of March, so probably tomorrow or on the 1st I'm going to be recording a video counting how much yarn I used up throughout the month of March. And then I will be leaving. I will be traveling, so I don't know how we're going to do with counting the yarn as far as April is concerned, but I guess that's a problem for another vlog. Now I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.